Society is still broken.
I'm with you. I am in no way saying that one man is going to change all of what's going on.
Maybe that's what brings balance back.
You're right on the money. And I think that's really what's going on. It's some biblical, spiritual stuff.
A lot of people are having conversations about their faith.
They declared Easter
Transvisibility
Day. Well, actually, this has always been this day, and Easters fluctuate, right? So this is all just a coincidence. No, the fuck, it's not a coincidence. As furious as that makes me, it makes me realize how real all of this actually is. And the Bible is very hard for me to decipher, but I do study it. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing right now is all in that book. Holy shit, there it is, right there. It just happened. It's really helped me with learning forgiveness.
I think that's the opportunity that we've been given. If the government says we have a new government and they are honest, society is still broken. It's actually not going to improve much. Replacing the government actually doesn't improve society at all. Replacing the president, maybe it slows down the degradation of society a little bit. But say Trump ends up being the best president ever. Society is still on a downhill trend. It's not going to change it. These ideologies don't go away. The fact that we are boarding kids at a monumental rate won't change. Even if you pass laws, they'll just find places that allow it. Just the fact that half the country gets divorced every other day, that doesn't all of a sudden change. Mm-hmm. That creates broken homes. The president doesn't change the societal problems that we have. Society has to change the societal problems that we have. And then I think we end up with better leaders.
I'm with you. I am in no way saying that one man is going to change all of what's going on. It's impossible.
And I think that's, I worry because I think there are a lot of people in the country that think, okay, Trump's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to get in charge. And life is going to be good again. Sorry, guys. Sorry to break it to you. It's probably really similar to what you're living now. Maybe a little bit different. Maybe the narrative and what you hear on the internet will be different. But if you have a broken home, it's still going to be broken. If you have trouble, family problems within the household, they're not going to go away. If your kid is addicted to the phone and wants to spend more time playing video games and spend time having a conversation with your dad or with you, that doesn't change. And unless you change those problems, society actually won't improve at all. You can replace it with whoever you want at the top. I think that's a hard part. And I think a lot of it leads to the fact that I think this is a great opportunity because if anything, through the Trump assassination, for the first time in a really long time, a lot of people are having conversations about their faith, which is amazing. And we talk about it a lot. I think that's the thing that we connect the most on. I think it's great that men start having these conversations about their faith because having a core set of values that we all agree are the way we should live our life, maybe that's what brings balance back. I think society is broken, and I don't think politics saves it at all.
I don't either. I don't think politics fixes it. I think you're right on the money, and I think that's really what's going on. It's some biblical, spiritual stuff.
I think a lot of people want to say that God saved Trump, so therefore Trump is chosen and he will save America. I don't think that's the message people should be having. I think we have an opportunity where more people are thinking about God, more talking about God, more open about their belief structure. I think that's the opportunity that we've been given, that we should learn to take lessons from that rather than God saved Trump, so Trump's going to save America. I'd love to believe that. Makes it easy. I don't have to do anything. But the reality is that nothing's ever easy. And if we think it's the easy solution, you're going to be very disappointed. It's never the easy solution.
Yep.
The best solution is always the most difficult one. You've had a really interesting transformation in the last year, where your faith and your belief has become a big part of your life and a part of your show. Not something that you talked about a lot before, But now I feel like you interject it into almost every conversation. I squeeze it in there.
I squeeze it in.
How do you think that's affected you and maybe your audience and maybe some of the veterans that listen to you? I mean, they really look up to you.
I don't know if they look up to me.
They look up to you.
I think that they are glad that somebody's saying the things that I'm saying. And I got lucky enough to get some real exposure when nobody else was getting that. But I'm sorry, what was the question? How does faith affect my life now?
Your life, maybe your audience's life. I mean, what's the journey been like?
You know, we had kind of talked about, you know, planting the seed and moving on. And I think that this really helped me with letting things go, starting a conversation, planting a seed, and then realizing it's not my job to do anything else. I've presented an idea, and what happens with that idea, whether it gets life or not, is up to everybody that just listen to it. And also with all the things that I don't agree with that are happening, like the kids, what they're doing to kids these days with trafficking, with the surgeries. You know, I look at that stuff now, and it still makes me mad, makes me furious. But I look at it through a different lens now, and you know, like let's take example the Easter thing. Remember that they declared Easter Transvisibility Day or whatever. And so, yeah, then it came out, well, actually, this always been this day, and Easters fluctuate, right? So this is all just a coincidence. No, the fuck, it's not a coincidence. There were Easter bunnies and Easter eggs on the letterhead declaring Easter Transvisibility Day. So that was on purpose to get a rise out of people. And I look at this stuff, and this stuff, you know, I'm not an expert on the Bible, but I probably never will be. I'm not the guy that can just start quoting scripture that I read last night. I don't remember what I read 5 minutes ago, you know. And the Bible is very hard for me to decipher, but I do study it, and we do have a study at my house every week, and we talk about all these types of things, and a lot of the stuff that we're seeing right now is all in that book. It's all been written before. And so when I see things like mocking Easter by putting Easter decorations on a letterhead that talks about Transvisibility Day, as furious as that makes me, it makes me realize how real all of this actually is. And it strengthens my relationship with God, because it's like, oh, we just talked about this subject 2 weeks ago in our study extensively, and now it's happening right in front of my eyes. And so I use that type of evil to confirm what is coming, what is happening, and what's written in that book. And it's like, holy shit, there it is, right there. It just happened. You know, it happens all the time now. And so that's another way it's affected me. And it's forced me to, well, not forced, but it's really helped me with learning forgiveness, which I'm beginning to realize, you know, that's not for if you fuck me over or hurt me or something like that, and I forgive you, that's not for you. That's for me to set that rage down and not let it affect the way that I live, the way that my relationship is with my wife and kids. Does that make sense? It's no longer in my head. Once you can truly forgive somebody, it doesn't mean you like them, but you feel a certain sense of peace when you can let something go. That's no longer in my head. That's no longer consuming my thoughts. That's no longer overwhelming me with rage on what I want to do to that person behind closed doors. It's letting all that shit go so that you can be the best person that you're supposed to be for the ones that are closest to you.